Today I got a little project going on with the X4. As you can see, everything's still a mess in here, still waiting on parts for both machines in here, so we can't do much with those. But we're going to do a little outside work here today with the X4, adding a few little lights. Been wanting to do this for a while now. Add a backup light because that thing is so hard to see at night backing up. And adding a little, couple little lights in the front. You've seen the stuff that I've got all this in my P5 turbo install reveal. We're adding, of course, the FCK light bar lights here, which I was going to put in the 500 as backup lights, but with turboing it, I'm not sure how I'm going to end up with stuff set up or where I'm going to put those. So it'd be a while before we get those. I got them, might as well throw them on the X4 here. And of course, I'm wiring in the reverse light. Like I said, the FCK bars I'm going to probably put on the front. And I got this just cheap Royal King one here for the back. I've already started on this. You can see I got this. I debated on where to mount the reverse light. I ended up putting it up high. I was thinking of putting it down low, but the way I like to play in the mud and stuff, it probably would have got filthy quick and not worked. So there was already a hole up here in the roof. I just went ahead and threw a bolt up there and got it ran. It came with a little plug here, wiring harness. I'll have to run some wire, which I'll probably chase down. And if you guys don't know this, the X4 is already pre-wired to run reverse lights. Now, why they don't have reverse lights like the X2, I don't know. But anyway, this is pre-wired. I'll show you when I get to it. There is a wire harness in here that if you get the right adapter, you can just plug right in, wire to your light, and you're good to go. And then the only other thing it needs, I already have hooked up here, is you already have this plug right here that's up front right beside your battery. I pulled the pin out. I got the Yamaha relay and stuff for that, so it's pretty much just plug and play. Do I still have the bag here for that, or did it blow away? It very well could have blown away. I was gonna get you the part number. Well, anyway, I'll give you guys the parts numbers in the description below if you want to do this. You can also find it on the Wolverine forum. There's a Massive Overkill has a nice write-up on how to do all this on there as well. That's just the blank that I took out of that plug we no longer need. But yeah, I got this one bolt here holding this side panel on, and this one push over here to take off, and then this will come off and that'll get us right to the plug we need to plug into. Alright, that's all loose. As you can see, this will just slide right off. And it's a muddy mess in there, go figure. But here's our wire for backup light, and then this plug right here is what we're after. This is our reverse light plug right there. So pretty much all we gotta do is tie into this guy and run wire from here, probably up along the cage to our light up there, and we'll be good to go. All right, you got the backlight for reverse all wired up here, as you can see. I was cheap, didn't want to spend the money for the plug, so I just kind of hard wired these in. Used shrink wrap connectors. Just ran my wire up the cage with zip tie. I may end up adding a couple more zip ties here to stiffen her up a little bit, but she's ran up to the back of the light. For all the bigger this is, this seems sturdy enough. Again, this is just a reverse light. If it bounces around and stuff, it's not going to matter. It's not running all the time. Only when I'm in reverse, which means I'll be going slow anyway. So let's turn the key on here. I don't know if I have to start it or not, I don't think. As you can see, we're in neutral. We have no light. Now if this works, we should be able to put it in reverse and the light should come on. Voila, she's burning bright. Woo! Back into neutral, and she's off, so she's working. So now all I have left to do is put my panel back on, and all there was to get this panel off, to get to where the wire connector is for the reverse light, was one of these push pins. I think, let's see, these are 4mm Allens. There was what, I think 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and then one 10mm bolt that was in under here, and that was it. So I'm gonna get my side panel back on, and then we'll see what we're gonna do with these lights for the front. And yes, I did use this nice stylish blue wire. It would have blended in better to look if I would have used black, but I had blue. I wasn't spending more money on wire when I already had some, so don't judge me. It's what I had, it's what I used. And at least it almost kind of matches the blue, at least for me, because I'm colorblind. Alright guys, so I think what I'm going to do to be different here and not just run these, you know, here on the bar or something. I actually almost ran that one I put there in here in the middle, but decided since I had the wiring harness for our dual lights, it'd be a waste of it. So I think what I'm actually going to do, let me, give me a second, is mount these guys right here like that. One on this side and of course one on that side. Be something a little different. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone mount on any lights like that. And that'll give me kind of a good beam out to the side a little bit too, as I can aim them a little bit. So I think that's my plan. We'll get them bolted on here and we'll see how they look once they're bolted on. We'll have to drill a hole through the plastic, but that's no biggie. Alright, so I got the two lights mounted here. I think that looks kind of spiffy right there. I'm anxious to see what they look like lit up. But I'm working on the wiring right now. This comes with its own relay and everything, which I just popped this bolt out here and it fit perfect in the hole. Of course, I had to pop this dash panel off, which is just the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number 4 Allens, and then these 4 10mm, and this whole thing comes off. This wire here, which I ran here into the hole to my diffs, is what runs here and comes out for our switch. And FCK gives you a little switch like this for it, which would work good in an automotive application, but because we have the cutouts here already that works for a perfect toggle switch, I have a toggle switch in there that we're going to use. So now I'm just going to finish up my wiring. So you can see everything's already pre-wired. I got my battery connections here, run off the relay with the fuse, so that'll be an easy 1, 2. And then this wiring harness is for dual lights, so you see it has 2 plugs here for 2 lights. However, I don't know why it's like this, if maybe because these are just the cheapo lights, but the lights themselves do not have plugs in. So it's not just a simple plug these lights into this light, because there's no plug on these. I'm sure you can probably order them separate, but anyway, I'm just gonna hardwire. I'll just snip the ends here and just butt connect, shrink wrap, and be good to go for those. Alright, we got these all wrapped up here. As you can see, here's my relay wiring harness. I got my leads to my battery with the fuse all tucked in here nice. Wires run over, down. Lots of extra wire. It's zip tied up out of the way. Of course, like I said, I got my wire to my switch run through here and my diff vent lines come through. And I replaced that rocker switch, that little round one they gave you, with an actual toggle switch made for these lights. Now, yes, like I said, these say rear lights, it's not horizontal. I actually got the switch for hooking up backup lights for Mighty Mouse, but like I said, I'm not sure where stuff's going to end up as far as what I need to run for my turbo, so I'm going to wait to put lights on that guy for now. I had the switch, we'll use it. I'll probably get like a horizontal one in here eventually, but for now it's going to work. So let's flicker on here, make sure they're working. Of course, you guys know I already checked. So there they are. Now we just need a little light besides the sun. Plug it to see how bright these guys are in the dark. Alright guys, as you can see, it is dark out here now. So let's see how these little pod lights are in the front. Tell you what guys, for being as small as they are, that's not too awful bad. I'm quite pleased with that. Might have to aim them a little bit. You can play around with that. Maybe point them a little more. I can probably actually aim these a little more to the side to get a little more side beam. So that's not too bad. And I think these only have, there's only two actual LEDs in each one of these little pods. So for a total of 4 little LEDs, I think it said they still put out 1800 lumens, so that is not too awful bad when combined with the stock headlights. 4-wheel drive, wrong knob. I can see where they're going to be a big help. Let's see, here's just the stock, and now the 2 pod lights. Stock, pod lights, stock, pod lights. Cool. We'll get out here on the trail in a second and actually try them out riding on the trail. And as for our reverse light, let's see what she looks like. Oh wow, that the guy's super bright. I think that placement is going to be pretty good too. Yeah, that lights up nice for seeing. And I have it somewhat angled down. Whoo, that thing's bright. So that'll be an excellent reverse light. Cool beans. So let's go ahead and hit the trail here. We're going to try these guys out in the actual woods and see how we can see. Around with them a little bit and get a little bit more projection forward, but I really like how much these guys project to the side when they're positioned like this to give me some little better side visibility. I like it. And of course, this is all the better light I'd have for reverse in the woods prior to my reverse light install. Now I've got lots of light to see by. Yes, there does still have like a dark area here, but you couldn't see that anyway because of the tailgate, so that's really not going to affect backing up any at all. So yeah, very, very pleased with that. And remember, this one here on the back is just I think like a $30 Royal King light. Very happy. Well, I'd say overall that was a good little upgrade to the X4. It never hurts to have more lights, even if you don't do a lot of night riding. The few times you do, they are a big help to have, especially reverse lights. That's probably one of the nicest things to have when riding at night is reverse lights. Otherwise, you're kind of relying on just your brake lights to see, which can be kind of difficult. As you guys saw, reverse lights are super easy to integrate into the X4 wiring harness, so they come on automatically with reverse. So definitely worth doing. It never hurts to have a little better visibility in the front either. As always, guys, if you have any questions on anything I did, feel free to comment below. I'll answer them as quickly as I can. So thanks for watching. Enjoy your evening. And until next time, keep on riding.